Hi, Gig.
Hi, Ben. Hey, congratulations for Limbo.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, so tell us the story where this original idea came from. I understand it was from your experience and other people's experiences.
Yeah, it's kind of an amalgamation of so many different things and some, also, experience that goes back many years. So I think it stems back really over 10 years ago to originally to my time living in Syria, living in Damascus the year before the civil war started. Um, and then, sort of flash forward to the point where I went into filmmaking. I ended up spending time in the Sahrawi refugee camps in southern Algeria, working with an NGO, specifically on a project about identity and about how the label of being a refugee affects identity. And then flash forward again to when the refugee crisis became very prevalent in the media. I was really struck by the representation of refugees and how we had the demonizing on one side and we had the pitting of refugees on the other side. And both of these things were dehumanizing. And we were also looking at refugees as just numbers and statistics. So I really wanted to approach this subject matter, this big topic, distill it down into the human context, and also use humor as an approach to this subject. And then, yeah, so I set off on a journey to kind of write the screenplay with, plenty of things to avoid when approaching this subject matter.
How closely is the story of refugees in Scotland? Like for example, is the classroom something that they actually do?
So a lot of what's in the film is really based on reality. So, for a start, this concept of a group of asylum seekers being on a remote Scottish island, this is in part from some European countries like Germany and Scandinavia. They send asylum seekers to remote communities to wait for their asylum claims. But then also in Scotland, we've had refugees have been sent to some of the islands, but they already had refugee status. So it's quite different to what's going on in the film. So that's sort of based on two realities. And then, yeah, like you mentioned, the scene with, the opening scene with Helga and Boris in the cultural assimilation class. This is actually based on reality and sort of cultural assimilation classes that take place in countries, I think, like Norway and Finland, where they're trying to teach refugees how to behave in society. And I've come across classes such as, I think in Germany, teaching refugees how to flirt with German girls. So there's so much kind of absurdity in the sort of Western world's approach to refugees, and I kind of really wanted to bring that out and kind of make fun of sort of the Westerners in this sort of satirical way.
Absolutely. And Amir is perfect for the lead role. Can you talk about him a bit?
Yeah, he's amazing. I mean, he's brilliant. And he carried the film and Omar's journey, Omar's emotional journey, Omar's experience. He carried that on his shoulders, and he during the shoot, you could see the weight of that as well. You could see the weight of that in him. He's very different from Omar as a person, but when we were out on that island, he really was Omar. You could see how he had what going through everything that Omar is experiencing, had the weight of his family and all of these things, and he was just incredible all the way throughout. And initially in the audition process, I actually brought him. I discovered an image of him online. We had a really thorough audition process where we did a worldwide search and we auditioned hundreds of Omars. And then, yeah, I found an image of Amir and immediately knew that, that he was our Omar. I went to bed that night and dreamt of him as Omar. And then we brought him into the audition process, and he was just brilliant from really early on. And yeah, he was just a joy to work with. We got on really well. We had a kind of great relationship of trust. So it was very easy to have this kind of a very close collaboration all the way through the process.
Excellent. Well, hey, congratulations once again for Limbo. I found it hilarious, especially you being your first feature using a chicken in your own first movie. So that's quite impressive. So, Ben, hey, thank you very much for bringing this story to life.
Thank you. Really great talking to you.
Hey, likewise. Thank you. Bye now.
Cheers.